If you would like to increase your income and have more free time in 2022, hiring a virtual assistant or a marketing virtual assistant could be the answer. But how do you hire someone halfway around the world that you can trust? That's what we're going to talk about today. My name's Kirsten, and I had a very unique opportunity about 15 years ago to help Jeannie, my now business partner, but at the time she was a client. I got to help her hire a virtual assistant overseas. I kind of joked that she was the guinea pig. Her marketing agency had really taken off, but she needed to hire some help. And like everyone else at that time, I had read the 4-Hour Work Week. And so the idea of hiring halfway around the globe where you could hire someone very affordable to help you with your business really appealed to me. So that's what we did. We hired her first virtual assistant from the Philippines, and let me tell you, it was an experience. Since then, we've hired multiple virtual assistants and helped many clients hire virtual assistants. In fact, Jeannie and I created a partnership to do just that. Like Jeannie, so many of our clients have had great success outsourcing, and they absolutely love their virtual assistants. So I'm really excited to share with you 4 tips that will help you hire someone absolutely amazing and that you can trust. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified each week when we post new videos about outsourcing, automation, and marketing. Now let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is having a hiring process. If you want to hire someone you can really trust, you need to spend time vetting the people you're hiring. And that's where a hiring process comes in. So making sure that you are asking the right questions, you're not rushing through the process, and you're getting to know that person before you offer them the job. Now we have a process where we have a very detailed job description, a job post, and then we have a process where the interview starts off with email questions and then moves into a Zoom interview. Often we'll interview someone 2 or 3 times before we make the job offer. It's really important to feel like you know that person and that they're the right candidate for the job. When you take your time during the hiring process, this also gives the virtual assistant an opportunity to get to know you. Let's face it, trust is a two-way street, and it's really built on communication. When your virtual assistant comes to work for you, they're actually going to work for 2 weeks before you pay them. Think about that. They need to trust you as much as you trust them. Now, the second step is onboarding. But what exactly is onboarding? Here's the definition. New employee onboarding is the process of integrating a new employee with the company and its culture, as well as getting a new hire the tools and information needed to become a productive member of the team. Finding the best candidate for the position in your organization is only one part of building an effective team. In the onboarding process, we're going over our job description and setting expectations. This is a great time to communicate with your virtual assistant to find out if they have any questions. This is also the time when we share with them the tools that we use, things like LastPass, Trello, Google Drive. Now, I feel like the biggest question around trust involves passwords, and we love the software LastPass, and that's always one of the tools that we use. This allows us to just share certain passwords with our virtual assistant. If that person leaves our team, we can very easily remove their access to LastPass and of course change the password. This is also the time that we're going to go over all of the paperwork with our virtual assistant. So tax forms, confidentiality agreements, we're going to talk about the pay schedule, we're going to talk about paid holidays, what to do if you're sick. So we're going to go over all of the things that they need to know in order to communicate with us what's going on. The onboarding process is a step that you do not want to skip because again, your virtual assistant is excited and probably nervous to come to work for you. But if you spend time in the onboarding process, really giving them everything that they need, answering their questions, and letting them know what to expect, it'll make your new hire feel really welcome, and it'll allow both parties to start the process of building trust. When you hire a virtual assistant, there are actually 2 types of ROI you can receive. You can receive ROI on your investment in terms of money. You can also receive ROI in the terms of time. When it comes to building your business right now, I'd love to know in the comments, what's more important to you, money or time? So my third tip is making sure you train your virtual assistant. For those of us that have had jobs where you got hired and you didn't get a lot of training and then your boss was always disappointed with you, it's not a good feeling. So whether that was a high school job or a job in corporate America that you may have had, there's nothing worse than feeling like you're letting people down, and you're doing a terrible job simply because you were never trained on what they wanted you to do or how they wanted you to do it. So when you hire your virtual assistant, it's really important that you have your SOPs, your standard operating procedures, laid out for what you want your virtual assistant to do. By investing this time to train your virtual assistant in the beginning, it'll save you a lot of time in the long run and a lot of frustration for both you and your virtual assistant. We like to take our virtual assistants through a training process. In fact, we have a virtual assistant training portal for our virtual assistants as well as our clients' virtual assistants, where we teach them step by step how they're going to do their task. We also use project management software so we can manage workflow and to make sure deadlines are met. Most of us want to do a good job. Your virtual assistant wants to do a good job for you, but they can't do that if you don't give them proper training. Throughout the training process, make sure you're giving your virtual assistant the opportunity to ask questions. Let them know that there's no such thing as a silly question. We also really encourage you to have your virtual assistant start with just a few tasks. If you're going to have them do 20 different tasks, maybe week 1 you just train them on the first 3 or 4, and the second week you train them on 4 through 7. So you get the picture there. Don't overwhelm them. Give them an opportunity to learn the task, get your feedback so that they know that they're meeting your expectation, then move on to additional training and task. Most of our virtual assistants are fully up and running within about 3 weeks. Now, you might think, oh my God, 3 weeks is forever. I'm already busy. I don't have time for that. But I promise you, by investing just a small amount of time up front, it's going to help you make so much more money in your business, and it's going to give you so much more free time in the future. So my 4th and final tip is having check-ins. It's really important that you check in with your virtual assistant. When they first start with you, we recommend that you meet with them every day, even if it's just for 30 minutes. Once they've been with you for a while, you can make it a weekly meeting. In these check-ins, you want to give your virtual assistant feedback. Let them know what they're doing really, really well. Give them constructive criticism on things you need them to improve. And always make sure to ask them if they have any questions or feedback for you. Our virtual assistants are often amazing and come up with great ideas that can really help you with your business. One of the things that I love hearing from our clients is that they love having a virtual assistant because it gives them someone to collaborate with. Your virtual assistant, although they're doing tasks for you, they're also very smart and can bring great ideas to the table. So through these weekly check-ins, not only are you building relationship and trust, you're helping your virtual assistant to become a valuable team member. If you'd like to know even more about hiring a virtual assistant, in the description below, I'll put a link to a guide that we've done for you. It's called Double Your Income with a Marketing Virtual Assistant. This will go into even more detail about how you can hire the perfect virtual assistant, someone that you can truly trust to help you grow your business. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notified when we post new videos. I'm Kirsten, and I will see you in the next video.